It's Saturday morning, and on Saturdays, I like to relax with Svengoolie. I think he's on tonight. Anyway, this is not a plug for Svengoolies. It's just one of my favorite T-shirts here. Anyway, I'm holding this up because I'm just getting acquainted with the neighborhood here, our new neighborhood here in Sacramento, and just 2 blocks away, just right down one of the most beautiful little streets here in East Sacramento, is one of the best coffee shops in all of Sacramento, and it's called Temple. And I can walk there every morning if I want. Today is so incredibly smoky, though. The tragic fires are burning uh, near enough that when the wind is blowing, it makes it unhealthy. It was the air quality index was like at 160 or 170 something. Uh, it's terrible, and our hearts go out, especially to the hundreds and hundreds of people that are losing their homes up around the Lake Tahoe area. But be that as it may, it is Saturday morning. I am relaxing with coffee. Uh, we're still unpacking things and losing things and finding things, but we are continuing, and we'll finish up reading about the last 7 cards of the Tarot of Ceremonial Magick trumps, and we're reading from Tarot of Ceremonial Magick, the little white book that Constance and I uh, uh, wrote to be included with the deck of our cards, which are again available from Magical Omaha. Plug. Anyway, happy Saturday morning, everyone. We're going to start by reading about the Tower. The Tower is number 16. Now, there's the classical image of the tower, okay, which is a blasted tower blasted by lightning. And there's usually a couple of characters falling out of the windows. But Shiva, as the god of destruction, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, uh, and Shiva is sort of the divine destroyer. Uh, and so there's a couple Hindu motif cards in the Tarot of Ceremonial Magick. A couple Egyptian, a couple of Crowley. But anyway, the next one, too, is going to be another one of the Hindu motifs. But anyway, the Tower. Here's what we have to say about the divinatory meaning of the Tower. And of course, with the trumps, there are 4 levels. One for spiritual matters, one for matters of the heart, one for intellectual matters, and one for material matters. So here we go. The Tower, which is Mars, Hebrew letter Pei. In spiritual matters, escape from the prison of organized life. In matters of the heart, renunciation of love, quarreling. In intellectual matters, plans are destroyed. In material matters, war, danger, sudden death. Number 17, the Star. Now, I've gone ahead and followed the Book of Thoth's assignment of the Hebrew letter He, but it still remains Aquarius, okay? The Star, Aquarius. In spiritual matters, clairvoyance, visions, dreams. In matters of the heart, hope, love, yearning. In intellectual matters, realization of inexhaustible possibilities. Dreaminess. In material matters, unexpected help and renewal. And of course, all of you, I'm sure, could add thousands of more attributes to these cards. This is just for the little white book. Okay. Number 18, the moon. Pisces. Hebrew letter Kuf. The interpretation of this card is especially sensitive to the influence of the surrounding cards in the reading. Now, we could say that about all the cards. But with the moon card, it is especially true. Because like the moon, it only shines when when there's another source of illumination upon it. Okay. In spiritual matters, it could be the dark night of the soul. In matters of the heart, deception, falsehood, bewilderment. In intellectual matters, illusion, madness. In material matters, the threshold of significant change. The Sun card, number 19. And I chose to use the two children motif against a hill with a red wall. And Haru Raha, the words Haru Raha. Now, Haru Raha is sort of a Crowley version of an Egyptian motif that would describe the twin brothers Horus and Harpocrates, or Hurparkrat and Rahur, as twin brothers, one active and one passive. So Haru Raha is sort of one word representing those two kinds of Horuses, or Horai. No, actually, Horai is a different word. Never mind. The sun. In spiritual matters, the Lord of the new Aeon. Spiritual emancipation. In matters of the heart, pleasure, shamelessness, vanity. In intellectual matters, let's see here, I've got to turn the difficult page in the little white book. Frankness. Freedom brings sanity. In material matters, glory, riches, enlightened civilization. God, we could use some of that right now. Oh, please, Haru Raha, let's have some enlightened civilization around here. But I digress. 20, the Aeon. Now, in the old decks, this used to be the Last Judgment card, which showed the destruction of the world by fire. Right out of the book of Revelation. We got the trumpeter Israfel, the angel, blowing the trumpet, and we've got people rising from their graves, at the end of the age. And the characters rising from the grave are making the LVX signs. So one's going like, the kid is in Apophis and Typhon, and the man's going like this, and the woman's, they're making the signs of LVX, which harkens back to the old magical formula of creation, catastrophe, and rebirth. Okay, and that's the sort of the old Aeon uh, formula. Well, Crowley said that event, that apocalyptic event, the destruction of the world by fire, actually took place at the early part of the 20th century with the dawn of the age of Horus, or the Aeon of Horus. So no longer human consciousness has gotten to the point of where, if we are in tune with ourselves, we can accept the fact that existence isn't just a simple matter of creation, death, and destruction, and then some kind of rebirth. We have to back our camera up, and we can now apprehend and comprehend and live as if life is one continual process. That's why they call it the age of the child, because the age of the child has nothing to do except naturally grow. Okay, just continual growth. But anyway, so the event that triggered that new Aeon started with Crowley's wife Rose seeing the god Horus trying to communicate to Crowley from radiating from this stele, this 25th or 26th dynasty stele, funeral stele, and that god there, Rahur Kawit, is trying to tell Crowley, hey, the age has changed. So Crowley actually said that the event that the old Aeon judgment card, last judgment card, which is also called the angel, what that card stood for has already happened. And so he uses the characters off the stele to represent the new Aeon point of view of what that card represents. So I just flat out used a version of the stele of revealing itself, and I've also called it the Aeon card. It is the card that does the fire double duty, and it also does double duty as spirit. Okay. The Aeon, fire and spirit. In spiritual matters, let every act be an act of worship. There's that continual growth idea of the consciousness of the new Aeon. So let every act be an act of worship. In matters of the heart, let every act be an act of love. In intellectual matters, the final decision or judgment. In material matters, learn from the past and prepare for the future. And finally, for the Trumps anyway, number 21, the universe. It's a double duty as Saturn and the element Earth. You know, Earth and Spirit are very special cards. They don't. It takes two tarot trumps to double up to get them all in there. Saturn, Earth. In spiritual matters, completion of the great work. In matters of the heart, patience, perseverance, or stubbornness. In intellectual matters, long continued meditation. In material matters, work accomplished, or reward at the end of the matter. Also, just bear in mind that there are two zeros, two cosmic transcendent zeros in the trumps, represented by 2 trump cards. There's the 0 that starts the series. That 0. The Fool. Taking a leap. All possible possibilities jumping out of the negative, pre-existent, or pre-existence. And the 0 at the very end, where everything, all potential that was only implied in what was coming out in the Fool, all that potential has fulfilled itself. Okay? It's not ending. It has been fulfilled, and it returns to that 0. The 0, that means the beginning of everything popping out and ready to develop into a universe, and that universe grows and develops and everything else, and all the potential is fulfilled, and that's the 0 it jumps back into. And there's no place to go except back to another one of those. And that's where we'll stop on Saturday morning. I believe it's the last Saturday of the month. It's been a crazy, stressful month for all of us, I believe. So we'll see you tomorrow for Sunday school. I may dress in more Sunday school apparel tomorrow. Anyway, just an advertisement here. We finally got all of my pandemic Zoom magical workshops together in one place, and I post the link to that so you can see what all of them were, and they're all available for replay. And if there were any that you particularly are sorry that you missed, don't worry, you can reorder the replay. And if you have any friends that you think might be interested in any of those classes, there's a series of them on tarot, a series on Enochian magic, and well, I'll just put the link up, and you can just view it as a shopping list. Anyway, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will. See you tomorrow for Sunday school.